A Salesmanship Guide. Salesmanship Introduction. Selling is the old-fashioned, old-school way people get rich or earn a good living. People have started donut shops out of trailers and made enough money to expand to a full retail shop, then opened another donut shop, then another, until they were franchising them. There are at least 100,000 inventors in the US trying to come up with the next big thing to sell to get rich. Sales success doesn't need an original product, just something that people need over again, like food, hair and beauty services, taxi service, clothes, entertainment, heat, electricity, etc. There's a faddish, trendy, fashionable part to sales called the gimmick or the zeitgeist, spirit of the times. If you have the right product, you can sell multi-millions and make a good profit off each one. The problem with this is that fads often wear out quickly, and if there's money to be made anywhere, there are copycats everywhere. I saw a video on YouTube about the counterfeiting industry. There's a big mall in China where you can go as a wholesaler and order a knockoff of anything you want in multiple quantities. Patents wear out, but it's like, so what if you got a patent anyway? If you come up with any cool or useful thing and it's any good, there will be several knockoffs within months. It's hard to sue somebody, especially if they live out of the country. They'll have made their money and be gone by the time you get a civil court judgment. On the reverse side, there are high-tech, cool products on Alibaba.com and at Asian trade shows and in Asian daily life that North Americans don't have because nobody took the initiative to market them here. They could be big sellers for any go-getter. What can you sell that's not a high risk to get started? I don't know. It's your call. Start at Alibaba.com to see what's for sale. Look at Amazon.com for ideas, but remember that Amazon is taking a bite out of everyone else's selling stuff nowadays. They're your competition unless you join them and become their sales partner. They will sell your stuff for you for a commission. Anybody can set up shop on eBay.com or Craigslist.org. I see the same guys putting up the same computer ads every week. That's their business, selling cheap computer stuff locally on a free website. This book has enough ideas and contact websites for anybody thinking about selling something. There are many ways to sell. If you want inspiration to succeed in life and in sales, go to hashtag 155-158, number 248, Christian Inspirational Books, number 291 and number 658 at the library. Go to hashtag 658.81-85 or HF5438 at the library for books about sales. What separates the true business artist from the pretender is the guy or gal who hangs on both when they're down and out and rolling in the dough because they want to create something great. The pretender is the guy who goes into business to make money and will cash out whenever he can, not giving a damn about what happens afterwards. In my own life, I have concluded that staying inspired and keeping your vital spark are the keys to inner happiness, and the way you do this is by doing tough, worthy things that come from your soul day after day. For some others, it's the process of running a business and taking it somewhere. It's using your spiritual essence to the max to do something that taxes you and replenishes you all at the same time. In my opinion, the old version of the American dream was make money any way you can. The environment didn't matter, the workers didn't matter, not even the product or the customer mattered much as long as it made money. There are still business people around operating this way, but the new ideology combines the search for profit with an inner feeling of doing worthwhile, meaningful work that helps people. The war cry is do well by doing good. In essence, make your money by doing something that actually helps people improve their lives, not just any way you can. This approach is better for your own peace of mind and the karma of your business. People don't buy a product, they buy you, or to be more exact, the way you make them feel. If they like you and feel they can trust, they will buy. If they think you're a twerp and a con man, they won't. The golden rule above all other rules is your attitude. Are you welcoming without being pushy? I walked into a motorcycle parts shop once and the clerk could care less that I was there. He was on the phone talking to his buddy. It was one of those places where everything was behind the counter. I did what any self-respecting person would do. I walked out and went to the next motorcycle shop up the road. I saw a black, wealthy guy on TV, Chris Darden, the guy who prosecuted O.J. Simpson. He said he walked into a BMW dealership, they ignored him so he walked out and bought another car. If you don't make people feel welcome, they will walk away. Somebody on CNBC said treat every customer as though they are your only customer or most important customer in the world. Chapter 1. Salesmanship is the path to wealth. Sales creates more rich people than anything else. Business runs on relationships. Doing good is good for business. I'm a great believer in the free marketplace. Left to its own devices, a free marketplace will flourish. Overregulation is the death knell of a flourishing economy. The less government regulation, the more democracy and religious freedom, generally, the more prosperous the area is for wealth, business, and growth. A free market economy is generally the most prosperous way to go. In any society, if an individual has a chance to make it by starting a business, those societies are much more prosperous than other oligarchical, elitist, discriminatory societies. Business gets a bad rap because of excessive greed, but the bottom line is that this is what makes the world go around. Everybody has the right to pursue their selfish, self-indulgent interests by giving enough people what they want such that they make enough money to do what they want. This is the heart and soul of capitalism, and it's the best system we got. As such, don't be guilty about it, be proud. You get to do what you want by helping others get what they want. What seems like a selfish system on the surface is actually very noble, democratic, and good because anybody with the sense, guts, intelligence and savvy to serve others enough such that they pay him or her money gets to enjoy the righteous fruits of their labors. Capitalism is good for everybody. It makes the fat cats richer, offers everybody the chance to go into business for themselves, and gives the common man access to the widest possible variety of consumer goods at reasonable prices, all because of the many vendors out there united with the common desire to make money by competing for their piece of the sales pie. Greed, or the quest for money and material things, is good because it's the greatest motivator on the planet, and the contradiction is that in order to satisfy your desire for wealth legally, you have to help other people get what they want in some way enough such that they pay you well for your goods and or service, so you're actually helping people in order to achieve your goal. What could be more noble? The trick to being a great salesman or business manager is to have enough drive for material wealth to be highly motivated, but at the same time not to have so much that it makes you one-dimensionally greedy, just focused on the bottom line. All great salespeople and business managers eventually make a break with their quest for material wealth to see themselves as benevolent, helpful, visionary people sincerely interested in helping their customers and make the world a better place to be through the work they do in their business. They might start out as a greedy capitalist pig, but once they get wealth, most business people get over it enough to evolve to the spirit of achievement, which is to create a better product, hence a better standard of living for all of humanity. The Small Business Administration defines 4 criteria for success in business. Personal drive. The ability to deal with people. The ability to communicate with others. The technical know-how to understand your product or service and run your business. Most people are so busy treading water, putting fires out and keeping up with the regular, day-to-day inventory of orders that they can't be bothered trying new things to try to improve their businesses, usually with new technology, and get more market share. My job in this book is to provide both the inspirational and technical knowledge to help you either succeed in business or get better in your current business if you so desire. I provide ideas and some inspiration, but like anything, nothing gets accomplished unless you get up off your butt and make it happen. The world hates sob stories, likes only the tail end of the final product, so virtually every business creator has had to carry his burden alone at the beginning of his quest and knew only too well how hard he had to work to make a go of it. But the game is that if you can love the process of your work because it helps keep you inspired about your life, that's half the battle there. The other half is an intelligent implementation of your plan. Great salespeople shut up long enough to listen to their customers. Show interest in your customers by listening to them. Develop a rapport with them. Develop relationships that last. Doing little favors will get you the big sale. Stay close to your clients even after you make the big sale. Failure is good. Everybody's a loser or feels like a loser at some point in life. Sometimes you need a crisis to get a purpose in life. I believe that the greatest motivator for success is failure. Failure teaches you what the real world is about, so after it, you armor coat yourself so it never happens again. You learn who your true friends and fair weather friends are. Many people lived in the middle-class delusion that life will take care of itself somehow until it all comes crashing down when their comfort level is pulled out from underneath them. This is the way that millions of people live, in a delusion that their jobs are secure, that everything's fine in their comfort zone, but it can all change in an instant: accidents, illness, downsizing, bankruptcy, competition, death in the family, divorce, changing technology, lawsuit, arrest. Anything could put you in that pit of despair with no idea of where to go or what to do next. You must fail good at least once to have your ego totally destroyed so that you know for sure what's real in life, and you know that you can do anything you want to get out of that pit, because now you've got that good, clean, pure, focused, obsessive hunger with none of the trivial distractions that society has to offer, like TV, movies, junk food, nightclubs, bingo, etc. After you've lived through hell once, all this other pop culture, frivolous stuff should become trivial pursuits next to the big picture, your purpose in life. Cuteness, charm, and bull won't cut it except for a few con artists out there. The only way you will win is if you're useful to others in some capacity. Most people who get rich do it through sales, but sales is tough. You have to have a fire of ambition inside. Discouragement, fear, doubt, and loneliness are rampant. You must make fear your friend and turn every rejection into a fire to make it. Make problems and defeats opportunities to learn and get better and stronger. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Reject failure and pain for wisdom and meaningful experience. Success is a matter of endurance. Victory comes only after many struggles and many rejections. With each small victory, the next struggle becomes easier. The salesman's lot is loneliness, which you should consider a healthy solitude to do it on your own and take control of your own life. Don't be ashamed of failure. He who has never failed has never tried. In sales, you must fail often to succeed once. Your only ally in sales is a cast iron, double bolted, triple welded, 10,000-degree heat-resistant strong soul, light heart, and an inner voice that's so in tune with life that you can feel out any situation on instinct in a few seconds. This is your shield that none may penetrate, because you're just too damn strong for all of them. Treat people based on their emotions, but for yourself, replace emotion with logic. Analyze your life rationally. Don't be a slave to the cycles of everyday moods. Keep an even keel all the time. Some days will be grand slam dunks, other days will be busts. You will barely have the energy to get through, but if you persist and do it, you will feel 1,000% better at the end of the day when it's all done, and you will be ready to prepare for the next day with a light heart. Every hardship and every success passes with time. Just like you can't let rejection get to you, you also can't let success get to you, because you will become overconfident, arrogant, lazy, and lose your vital spark. Forget yesterday regardless of whether it was a grand slam or a bust. Don't praise yourself or get down on yourself. No matter what you've accomplished in life, you're only as good as your last sale. Every day's a new day. Just as you must forget the past, you must also forget the future. Many people live in the pit of what if, like what if I fail, what if I end up homeless, etc. Only think of the next 3 days, plan for them, and you will be fine. Action is the lifeblood of your dreams. We are all creatures of habit, so you must make your habit action. I plan my day the night before, and when I wake up in the morning, I'm happy and ready to go, and I do. Wake up every day with pleasure and vitality to love life. Smile at the world with happiness in your heart and energy in your walk. You have thoughts and actions. Sometimes thinking too much is counterproductive. It's better just to plunge into things without thinking so that your thoughts won't get the better of you and make you hesitate, stall, or not do it at all. In essence, you must not be a slave to your thoughts. Be a slave to action which will control your thoughts. If you feel weak about something, don't think about it, just do it anyway. When you start to make it and start relaxing and rationalizing it all in your mind, think back to when you had nothing and get humble and busy again. The golden rules of sales. It doesn't matter what your mood is, when you're in sales, when you address a customer, talk to him or her. You must convey the message that you care about his or her problem. Don't talk at them. Don't let your own mental baggage get in the way. Listen, analyze, then give them what they want. You have to sell something that solves somebody's problem that you believe in. I don't mind selling my books because I believe in them, but I could never be a musician and try to sell my CDs because I feel music is a frivolous product. Be quick. Don't waste time. You're there to please him. If you're dealing with one customer and another walks in, greet him. Say something like, "Good day, sir, I'll be with you in just a few minutes." Your job is to establish rapport, a common ground, which is that you're interested in solving his immediate problem. Relating is making him feel that you understand where he's coming from emotionally. Talk to him about what he wants with your business. Listen first, then answer back, showing your knowledge of the product. Speak at their level. If they know the jargon, talk shop. If they don't, speak in simple terms. Don't get into sales or any particular product line unless you sincerely believe in it and love it. Your past doesn't matter. Every day is a new beginning. The victory or defeat of yesterday doesn't matter. Start off every day humble, hungry, and inspired. If you sincerely believe that you can help people and want to help them, you cannot fail provided your product or service will help them. Whatever you do, don't get on a high horse and don't act too advanced in a high-tech way. People like a homie guy, somebody who's basic and reminds them of one of their simple childhood friends. Sales is hard work. There is no doubt about it. You have to be persistent and expect tons of rejection. That's the law of averages in sales. Keep your dignity, which is a high sense of optimism regardless of what has happened to you. Be a likable, cooperative person no matter what. You have to first look in places where you think consumers could be interested in your products, then once you've found them, strive to keep them coming back by constantly offering related products at low prices. The path to the successful achievement of your goals through sales fall into three distinct categories. Product selection. Good advertising medium and / or targeted. Mailing lists. Repeatedly offer new things to your customers. Although people are savvy, they're also silly. Why is it that one toy usually breaks out every Christmas, all the adults go nuts over trying to get it, then next month, it's in the garbage? I can't explain it except to say that the human organism has a part that wants to feel special, so it treats itself by buying frivolous things. If you can find frivolous things that appeal to a large segment of the population, you could end up rich. Part of it is a gimmick effect, to be at the right place at the right time to capture the zeitgeist, which is the spirit of the culture at that particular time. The secret to ultimate wealth is the capability of producing a product that can be duplicated an unlimited number of times for pennies and sold for dollars, like computer software. A great many people get bogged down with this rule because they don't understand time and motion requirements. Getting your offer to your most likely buyers is going to cost you money, and here is where most beginners drop the ball. Do not try to save money by sending your offer out to just any old list of names. Contact a reputable mailing list broker. Identify your most likely buyers, match your buyer profile to his most responsive list, and you'll make money. Anything less is just an exercise in futility. Look for the right price, not too high but high enough to earn a profit. You have to be competitive or undercut the competition. In some rare cases, the price becomes attached to prestige. People buy some overpriced products for the image of prestige. Why would anybody buy a Rolex when I can buy a new watch for $15 or a used one at a flea market for $2? Go on the internet and build a blog or brand website around the product. Sales hype. If you want to see sales hype, watch TV infomercials, especially when they're selling something useless like some bull that's supposed to change your life, light your fire and give you the edge. Nobody changes. You are who you are when you're born. That's your true nature. You're stuck with it till you die. That's one way I know somebody is lying, if they talk about changing their lives or other people's lives. The rule of sales hype is the more hype, the more useless the product. The lesson is go easy on the hype. Sales one-liners. If you want inspiration to succeed in life and in sales, go to hashtag 155-158, number 248, Christian Inspirational Books, number 291 and number 658 at the library. Go to hashtag 658.81-85 or HF5438 at the library for books about sales. A foot in the door is worth two on the desk. Make sales the focus of your life because you believe that your product can help people live better lives. People will buy and continue to buy from you when they trust you. Provide them good content to remember you by. Be proud of the profession of salesmanship. Salespeople are tough, worthy people who bring the marketplace to the consumer. It's a noble calling and probably the easiest way to get rich fast if you get some big orders or get a network of people selling for you. If you're good, sales could be one of the freest professions around because you set your own hours and choose who you want to sell to. Know your product, company, market, then develop a plan to sell to them. Culture a positive, enthusiastic attitude. Smile a little even if you don't feel like it. Believe in what you're doing and believe in your product. Learn what you can about sales to stay inspired. Learn from your experiences and mistakes. Work hard but not so hard that you burn out. Live a balanced life. Your voice gives away who you are. A soft, friendly, happy, gentle voice is much better than an aggressive, fast-talking one. Whatever you do, don't talk fast. Practice talking slowly and calmly. Don't lecture or talk at the customer. Don't be too loud or too quiet. Be straight with good posture and some eye contact. Stick to the facts but don't lecture like a professor. Don't go overboard on fast-talking hype. Don't make it look like a textbook sales pitch out of Salesmanship 101. Talk to him man to man or man to woman or woman to woman. People want to feel empathy, that you can relate to them and feel what they're feeling. Empathy is putting yourself in his shoes and telling him about it, showing him you understand him. One way to flatter people is to mirror back what they say to you. If a guy uses a certain phrase or talks a certain way, imitate him a bit as though you're doing it unconsciously because you're so fascinated by him, not because you're consciously being a suckhole. Ask him questions. Always deliver on your promises. Don't be a keen handshaker. It's too fake. Just give a straight moderate handshake. Don't make eye contact too long. It's like two adversaries squaring off. Just look, smile or nod faintly, then break the handshake off and look away. You're there to help the guy, so tailor all your efforts to that end, to be his buddy, but be serious enough to tell him why you can help him. Use finesse. Memorize some good lines about your products to use. Smile, greet the customer. Play up to the spouse. She's the buying authority in the family. Always ask if the customer would like something else. Thank the customer. Tell them to come back if they have any problems with the product. Whatever you sell, use. Don't use a competitor's brand. Learn the process of selling and use it. Be disciplined about selling. Get a good night's sleep to be ready to sell. Develop your own style. Solve someone's problem. Sell it at the right price, not too low, not too high. Don't invest everything in one big product. Test and sell smaller products that aren't so risky. Keep a positive attitude. Success in sales depends on it. Be an expert on your products. Practice your sales presentation. Engage your customers in the process. Get them to hold the product and use it. Use your customer's name when you speak to him or her. Asking engaging questions. Listen to your customer. Use eye contact. Establish rapport. Learn from your competition. Anticipate customer concerns and be ready for them with possible responses. Know what inventory you have in stock. Learn about your customers by asking them questions. Relax and enjoy your life. Don't just think sales all the time. Visualize yourself a great salesperson. Shake hands vigorously with customers. In your presentation, speak as though you are talking to a friend. Don't prejudge. Even poor-looking people have money. Understand what your customers want. Meet their needs. Focus on helping your customers. Don't focus on the money. If you help people, the money will come. Evaluate yourself as a person and as a salesperson all the time. Believe in your product or service. If you don't, your customer will sense it. Learn how to present yourself. Try number 808 at the library for books about public speaking. Show your customers that you are better than your competitor. Subscribe to trade magazines about sales and your specific industry. Make your customers feel important. Socializing is part of the art of sales. Ask open-ended questions where the customers has to talk. Don't sound like a memorized speech. Be spontaneous. Put yourself in the customer's shoes. What's in it for him? What does he want? Don't think of the customer as an enemy to conquer. Think of him as a team member in the game of life. Identify your fears and learn to control them. You don't have to smile. I don't smile much because it looks fake, but I consciously keep an emotionally neutral face over one with a scowl on it. You have to come off like a good guy selling something useful to the customer in the first few minutes. Look like a winner with your grooming and clothing. Be organized. Know where your sales stuff is. Sales is about rejection. Expect a lot of people who will interact with you then not buy anything. When you know it's a non-sale, don't get sarcastic. Keep your mouth shut. Some people change their minds and come back. You have to believe that you can make sales. Listen to sales tapes or CDs in your car. No matter how late it is, never turn a customer away. Think before you speak. Don't take rejections personally. Rather ask what, if anything, can you do to help the customer. The deeper level of sales is to uncover your customer's emotional needs. Why is he really buying? Is it for nostalgia, to make himself feel successful, superior or cool? Does he want to look attractive to women? Speak with enthusiasm in your voice. Avoid giving canned answers. Tailor your approach to the individual. Watch top-performing salespeople. Learn from them. Stay in touch with your customers after the sale. Treat every customer with dignity and respect. Ask the customer for the sale. Don't allow the first objection to stop you from selling. Answer the objection. Accessorize sales with subsidiary products. Be the expert that your customers can call. Silence is good. It shows you're relaxed and not doing the hard sell. Invest effort in seeking customers out. Know what products your competitors carry and how they rate next to yours. If a customer comes to the door and you're ready to leave, serve him or her. Don't be so disorganized that when you get an order, you sometimes lose the order form. Develop a simple system to keep the orders in a special file in your briefcase. Make backups of them immediately. Don't look at selling like hooking a fish, look at it as sharing your great products and ideas with others. Present your product, display your literature as much as you can. Be a Christian or at least act like one. Sell yourself as a good person. If the client argues, stay calm. Don't argue back, just explain things logically. One sales technique is to draw a line down the middle of a piece of paper and outline the pros and cons for the buyer. Make sure the pro list is longer and better by studying well beforehand. Sell something you believe in that can really help people in some way. Be a helping friend rather than a high-pressure salesman. Excellence is not an act but a habit. I don't believe in goals. I believe in doing the best job you can and being happy with it. The customer is your boss. Give him reliable, quick, knowledgeable, empathetic service at the lowest possible prices. Make him feel safe, special, and successful. Customers don't need you. They can go anywhere they want, so serve them well. A new customer who will come back is your greatest prize. Success is not a sudden leap. It's luring the customer in bit by bit. Mentally rehearse your sales pitches. Never be afraid to fail. If you try and fail, you learn how not to do it the next time. You're still way better off than all the timid souls who are too weak to try anything. First impressions are lasting impressions. Smile, act friendly, dress well, be interested in your customer. Be calm, pleasant, and give him the impression you're serving him. Get on the customer's wavelength. Relate to him. Be his buddy. Charm, knowledge, and guts are the salesman's tools. Study the competition. Learn from them, but don't play the same game they do. Salesmanship is all about reading people, then quickly accommodating them. The person perceived as the realist is the one who sells the most product. Be a good listener. Let the customer talk all he wants. It makes him feel important and then he will like you, but don't use negative body language as though you're bored with his conversations, and don't cut him off while he's talking to you. The customer is always right, so don't be afraid to pretend you're wrong. Use props, pamphlets, presentations, and demonstrations. Be confident without being arrogant. Try to create a win-win situation. Ask for referrals. If the person gives you some names and asks you to keep him anonymous, don't mention his name to your new prospect. Just say another salesman gave them to you, Joe Calano. Many people don't have the heart to say no, so they will tell you to come back when they're not so busy. After you leave, they forget about you immediately. If you don't make the sale on the first presentation after your introduction, chances are you might not make it on the second, and if you go back a third time, whatever happens, leave it at that. Develop friendships and partnerships. Get others to sell for you on a commission basis. Use the latest e-commerce techniques. Treat others as you want to be treated. Ask the customer questions about his needs. Stay in touch with all customers by sending them catalogs and other things in the mail. A salesman's greatest tool is a positive attitude. Always think about how to better your business. Love what you do. Love your product. Endear yourself to the customer. Ask for the order. Target society for which demographic group will be your best customers, then appeal to them any way you can. Give freebies and free samples to get them in the door, so to speak. Be a good conversationalist. Talk to everybody and anybody to network. Set up a website, newsletter, or e-zine to offer free information about the field surrounding your products. Offer educational events in areas related to your product. Speak at conferences, conventions, and trade shows. Set up booths at trade shows. If you can't afford a booth, go and hand out pamphlets and business cards. Keep it simple. Make it easy for the customer to contact you. Reward your best employees with money and status within the company. If the product you're selling is something your prospect can hold in his hands, get it into his hands as quickly as possible. In other words, get the prospect into the act. Let him feel it, weigh it, admire it. When customers buy from you, try to get them to fill out a form for future mailings, offers, and coupons. Your customer list is very important. Send out introductory letters to prospective customers with offers on them. Be persistent but not annoying. Go back at least 6 times. Watch people's buying habits and try to give them what they want. Your newspaper can be a great source of where to find new customers. Learn to be like a detective/psychologist. Read your customer, put him at ease, then ask subtle questions to figure him out. You will get more sales being nice than nasty. Let the product be the lead. Get the customer emotionally and physically involved. Presentations are all about simple, clear visual aids. The customer is always right. Never argue. Show humility by giving him what he wants. I've seen so many so-called business people commit this cardinal sin. Instead of serving the customer, they lash back as soon as the customer complains. Always follow up with customers by sending them Christmas cards and follow-up offers. Have the occasional party, coffee and donuts or wine and cheese. Pay attention to what your customers want and give it to them. Send thank you notes thanking customers for their business. Compliment prospective customers. Hand out business cards everywhere. Get your customer's name right. Respect his boundaries. Be on time for appointments. Insincerity will get you a lot of bad publicity because all the people you sucked in will tell all their friends. Learn from every selling situation. Learn how to eat in public and the etiquette of other cultures. When you make appointments with possible customers, expect less than half to show up. The things customers hate are arrogance, pushy salesmen, sloppy clothing or overdressing, too much jewelry, too much technical jargon, overbearing, overwhelming, doesn't let you get a word in edgewise, smoking, blowing smoke in face, lying, high pressure, not listening to customer, just talking incessantly, harassment.